So you load into your games, the start of the rank season, getting some nice juicy wins, big LP gains, 50, 60. You guys get out of your placements and you start winning 20. You're like, okay, it's fine. It's not that bad. Then you start winning 18. It's 16, 14, 12, 10. If you're like me, 9. And you're like, what's going on? Why is my LP gain so bad? Why am I losing so much? Sometimes it's not even that you're losing a lot. Sometimes you're just losing the same amount. And you might be curious on how to increase your LP, how to increase your MMR, and stuff like that. So I'm going to hopefully do a good job and to try to explain what's going on and just how to fix it in general. This is another coach chat video. Coach chat videos are just me randomly talking about whatever you guys want me to talk about. As long as it's League of Legends related, I'm down. So make sure you guys put the comments below what you want me to talk about sometimes, and I'll go ahead and make one. So now let's talk about the LP MMR and stuff like that. So how does that work? Typically, when you win games, you gain more MMR, which then helps increase your LP gain. If you lose games, you lower your MMR, which increases your LP losses. Now, how does this really directly tie into it? You hear MMR, but you're not really sure how does it affect your game, and how does that even affect your MMR? Well, pretty much how it affects your LP gain is you have a number that is a hidden rank. So if you've ever played Overwatch, or if you ever played any game that has a number, we have that. It's just you don't see it. You see your rank instead. So sometimes if you promote within the MMR, but your account rank doesn't move, you're technically a higher MMR than where you are, so you gain more LP, right? So for an example, if I win all my games and I'm gold 3, but my MMR says I'm gold 1, because technically, you're still winning more MMR. It's not the same as your rank. Your MMR is here, your rank's here. The game's going to try to push you to your MMR a little bit faster. That being said, you lose a lot, and let's say, okay, I'm platinum, and my MMR is like gold 2. The game thinks that you shouldn't be platinum, so it tries to do its best to push you back down to get you where you should be. It's all about being fair. It's all about just the right matchmaking. So now we want to ask ourselves, well, how can I increase it? You tell me how I lost it. I lost a lot of games. Thank you, coach. You're not helpful. I know. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and discuss how do we kind of increase the fact that our MMR is gaining. So one thing, of course, is win streaks. Everybody knows this. Everybody's told you this. Win streaks, win streaks, win streaks. But the thing about it that's very, very crucial is when you're on win streaks, Riot actually gives you worse teammates. I've actually coached a couple of Rioters, and I've asked this question, and that's the answer. The game does give you a little bit worse teammates. People that are losing a lot more frequently get put on your team to kind of even it out the balance. Now, with that in mind, you want to make sure you're winning these games, because there's something called team MMR. So if you ever looked on op.gg, when you go to your live game, just type in your name. When you're in game, there should be a little tab that says live game. It's green. Click that, and you'll see your average team's MMR. You can even see it in the match history. You can see the average team's MMR. So if your average MMR on your team is, 1250, and their average MMR is like 1300, if you win that game, you actually will get more LP because the game thinks you're not supposed to win it. If you lose that game, you're going to lose less LP because the game thought you were supposed to lose anyway. Vice versa, if your MMR is higher, like you're at 1300 and they're at 1250, and you lose, the game thinks you're not supposed to be losing to them. Why are you losing to them? And then the MMR actually drops, more points are deducted from your MMR. You know what I mean? So you have to make sure that when you are in these hard games, even if they don't feel hard, the system thinks it's hard for you. You want to make sure that you win those. So when you're on win streaks, the more you're winning is because, the more you win is because your MMR just keeps increasing. And they keep giving you worse teammates to drag you back down team MMR wise. So if you can keep winning those, it's telling the system, hey, you're not supposed to be here. So yeah, of course win streaks matter, but that's the point that you want to think about when you get these worst teammates on your team. Try to do your best, because if you can win those games that the system thinks you're not supposed to win, you get more points to that MMR, and then in turn you'll start winning more LP. Now on to the next factor here is duoing. So if you duo, cool, we win, we lose, I know it takes a hit to my MMR, but honestly, if you duo to a rank higher than you, and I mean a full tier, division higher than you, no, not division, tier, full tier higher than you. Let's say I'm gold 4 and I duo with a plat 4, my games are always going to be higher than my actual MMR. So The game thinks I'm supposed to lose every single game we duo with because I'm not even high enough to be playing with these people. But my duo is making me high enough. Therefore, if I win these games, the system thinks, oh crap, you're actually beating these guys. Let me go ahead and help you out, try to get back, get you up there. That works. But the thing is, the person that's the highest rank is if you lose, you're tanking the crap out of their MMR because now they're playing people that are lower than them. So the game thinks like, what's going on? Because you have the high rank here, the low rank here, and it's just trying to mush it to a medium. So like I said, every single game that you play, if you're the lower rank, you actually are just playing in higher elos all the time, which means the system thinks that you should be winning, or the system thinks that you're still supposed to be losing, and you're winning. So then they give you more points. Now, with that being said, I've actually done this myself. I've been on the receiving end of fixing my MMR because my MMR was terrible at the start of the season. I don't know what happened. I had like a 12% win rate in Platinum at the start of the season. Randomly, it was weird. And so I had like 30 games. So my MMR was very bad. But I do with a friend that I played with a long time ago. And one of his Smurfs was Plat 1. And we're both Diamond players. So his Smurf was actually like, I think, higher than his main. But regardless, I was asking him to just help boost my MMR. So every time we played, people were going to be better than me MMR wise because I was playing with golds. But when I played with him, I was playing with like Platinum 3s, Platinum 2s. And it was fun because we would be winning and stuff like that. And then when I stopped doing with him and I played, I was actually gaining 15 and losing about 15 to 14. So you can see how much it does impact your score. Before I started doing with him, I gained 9 and lost 21. So you tell me what's going on here. So that's another way you can kind of just boost that MMR of yours. Like I said, the bad part is like if you lose, they take the hit, but maybe you guys are good friends. And it's not boosting you because you guys are still in the same rank together, right? Plat 4 and Plat 1 is not that different, especially because we've both been past that area, before. So I don't condone like playing with someone who's smurfing. I don't condone buying a boost. It's a big difference than playing with someone that's in your elo. Riot allows those brackets to play with each other, so you're not getting boosted if you're silver 4 and that player's gold 4. Like it's whatever. That's the system. So like I'm not frowning upon that type of play, but I do not condone like I said, the smurfs and the boosting, because like at the end of the day, you're not going to be good enough to hang by yourself anyway. So why get boosted? Why have someone play on a smurf and play with you? It just doesn't make sense. So let's just kind of recap how we would fix this stuff. Win streaks, of course, right? But when you start winning a little bit more, Riot's going to put really crap teammates on your team, and you got to make sure you win those games because they think you're supposed to win those games. So if you lose those games, you're kind of hurting yourself more if you're giving up, and if you're like, oh my gosh, you guys suck, and you raging, like that's going to go directly onto your MMR. And then the final thing here is duoing. Duo with someone a tier higher than you, and I guarantee you'll notice the results of like gaining more LP. It's actually insane. But don't keep doing with them. You have to kind of start playing solo again, so it kind of like balances itself out. If you're always duoing with them, and then, like I said, you just kind of stop, you might not be balancing yourself out. And it's very weird how it would work, but like, I don't really know how to explain what happens. It's just not good. You want to make sure you're kind of mixing them together. So I hope this helped you. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. If you guys haven't joined my Patreon yet, please feel free to do so. We're going to be doing a high elo versus low elo. Basically a series that I'm doing on my Patreon where we look at the high elo gameplay and compare it to low elo gameplay. We're seeing the things that high elo players do that low elo players don't do, and try to help you apply that into your game. If that's something you're interested in, please feel free to look over there. As far as coaching sessions go, coachblicker.com, make sure you go there to get those coaching sessions. And if you guys have anything in particular that you guys want me to talk about or make a guide for, let me know in the comments below, because I do listen, I do read, I really appreciate all you guys commenting. It means a lot, whether it's constructive criticism or it's straight just compliments and stuff like that. It's still nice to hear that you guys support the channel, and even if it is, like I said, constructive criticism, which I do not mind, you guys try to do your best to help me make my content better for everybody. So I do appreciate that. At the end of the day, I know I can't help everyone. At the end of the day, I know I can't make everyone happy, but I'm gonna try to do my damn best. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and of course, thank you guys for doing what? Approaching this like a coach.